Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome to Let's Talk Theory, the show where we analyze some ideas and hypotheses around our favorite subjects. I'm your host Zelrix, and today, Avatar The Last Airbender. It would be a euphemism to say we tackled a lot about Avatar The Last Airbender on this channel, and can you blame me? Because honestly, if you're still here, you like it as much as I do. Between the rich but clear world building and the interesting background, this is a world that is just asking to be theorized on. But if there is one thing really interesting about this universe, is the legacy of the past Avatar, and today, I believe we found another one. So buckle up, because I'm about to tell you what was the fourth Avatar all about. The first Avatar was Avatar Wan, who fused with Rava and defeated Vaatu. After that, the earliest piece of canon regarding the identity of the Avatar is Avatar Szeto. 10,000 years later. 10,000 years, that's a really long time. No wonder we've forgotten everything about this period in this world. Heck, I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. You had coffee and the rest of the pizza you ate last night. You're disgusting. But what if I told you that as early as in the second season of The Last Airbender, we're introduced to the earliest Earth Avatar, and her name is Avatar Oma. So obviously I recommend seeing at least up until season 2 of Legend of Korra if you want to avoid all spoilers, even though the biggest spoil might come from the second episode of the second season of The Last Airbender. Alright, so now that this is out of the way, let's talk theory. First of all, a little bit of history. The town of Omashu, second largest city in the Earth Kingdom, only bypassed by Ba Sing Se, was founded centuries ago. Back then, two lovers, a woman named Oma and a man named Shu, had the habit to meet atop of the mountain between their two villages. Unfortunately, the two villages were at war and the two lovers were forbidden to see each other. That until the intervention of the Badger Mole, the original Earthbenders, who taught their heart to Oma and Shu, making them the first human Earthbenders. They created a maze beneath the mountain where they could meet in secret, until one day where Shu didn't come. Shu had unfortunately died in the war between the two villages, leaving Oma devastated. So with her heart broken, Oma made an incredibly powerful earthbending display that convinced the two villages to stop fighting and to help her build Omashu on top of the mountain between the two villages. So here my theory is Oma, the woman of the story, was actually the first Earth Avatar, making her the fourth Avatar in history. First of all, let's see what an Avatar is all about. The Avatar is a powerful bender responsible for keeping balance and peace to the world. They can tap into the Avatar state to access their past knowledge and skills, and they have a merchandise-friendly animal guide. It is established in this story that Oma was a powerful bender. In fact, the sheer act of her bending was enough to stop the war. And Oma displayed this incredible act of earthbending after finding out her lover had died. Doesn't it remind you of Aang bursting into the Avatar state at the Air Temple after he discovered the genocide? In fact, if not for the intervention of Sokka and Katara, Aang would have probably destroyed the Air Temple altogether. Which brings us to my next point. Oma stopped the war. While she was powerful enough to destroy both villages, she decided to stop the war. She sided with peace like any Avatar should do. And then there is Avatar Yangchen's bullshit, but that's something else. Also, if the Avatar is supposed to have an animal guide, Oma and Shu learned earthbending from the Badger Mole. The original Earthbenders literally guided Oma into ending the war. But you might be wondering, if she's really an Avatar, why wasn't she mentioned as such? Well, that is one single thing. If Oma was indeed really the first human to learn earthbending alongside Shu, that means she is the first Earth Avatar. If she's really that early in the cycle, probably that the Council of Monk or the Fire Sages didn't exist like the other institution surrounding the Avatar. The actual concept of training the Avatar probably didn't exist back then. In fact, it is so early in the cycle that there was no other Earthbenders. She had to learn from the Badger Mole, just like Avatar Wan, who is technically the first firebender because he studied and developed a human form of firebending, studying alongside a dragon. And yes, we see that Wan could earthbend, but it is implicitly said that Wan didn't really become a firebender after studying with said dragon. So maybe that to be considered as the first earthbender, Oma had to study with the Badger Mole, the original earthbenders. Anyway, that's the only explanation where the story of Wan and the story of Oma and Shu don't create a massive plot butthole. Maybe after Wan became the first Avatar, the act of keeping the element granted to you by the lion turtle became more current, and just like Wan was the first technical firebender, she was the first earthbender. And eventually, throughout the generation, the concept of Avatar started spreading, but the important thing to remember is that Oma was probably the fourth Avatar in the cycle, and just like the legacy of Wan that she is carrying, she ensured the safety of the world, well guarded beyond the walls of Omashu. So guys, my question for you today is, how do you think the institution surrounding the Avatar, like the Fire Sages or the White Lotus, came to be? And do you think Oma could have been the fourth Avatar? Then smash that like button, subscribe and activate the bell. Don't forget to share this video with all your Avatar loving friends, whether they are Bender or not. And as always, thanks for watching.